Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another live. But today we're doing Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I was in Don's stream last night and it was super entertaining. The game looks amazing, and I'm not gonna lie, I just want to get into it and kind of learn the controls and stuff like that. Now, I've played this game before a long time ago, around 7 years ago on release or whatever it is. And so basically, I'm not gonna remember anything. This is like starting fresh from ground zero, okay? Use midair recovery, move forward as you recover. See, this game has recovery options, guys. Recovery options. Multiple recovery options. Not just one like shitty ass recovery option like in Sparking. Press and hold down when knocked down to delay your ground. And you can delay your recovery. Wow, look guys. Common sense. Common sense recovery options. There's still quite a few fundamentals on Sparking that need tuning, especially for viability across the board. But the whole game needs tuning. The whole game needs tuning, bro. Yeah, we don't get shit like that in Sparking either. Shit like that. Like dramatic finishes and shit. See, Fighter Z has PvE modes. They got an arcade mode, bro. We don't get no PvE modes in Sparking, bro. And this model for Kid Buu, fucking goated, bro. The Sparking model looks stupid. Alright, here we go. First rank match. I don't know how to play. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. He got 12 matches and 8 wins. I have 0 matches, 0 wins. Oh my god. I'm trying to switch out. How do I switch out? Oh no, this guy actually knows what he's doing, bro. Nice. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? What you thought this was? I got the fundamentals, bruh. Oh shit. Oh, you lucky bitch, I grabbed you. Can I get freeze out here, bro? Oh. Alright, Frieza, come on. You got this. Yes. Come on. Oh, don't quit now. Okay. Bro, it's lagging right now. How do I do anything, dude? I'm trying to do a damn super something and nothing came out, bro. I lost my first match, bro. And I had it. I had it, bro. I had it. Obviously, I need to go to training mode. I don't know everything that I could do with these characters. Alright, there's a lot to learn, bro. There's a lot to learn. Of course, this is my first day, so. Do characters feel more unique on this game? Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Every character is different. They all got different skills. They got a bunch of different skills too. Like Kid Buu, down, forward, and X is a candy beam. Then if you're in the air, it's a beam. Kamehameha. And he has down back X. It's an arm, like arm ball they call it. It just lingers. And he got a dive kick with down, forward, and square and triangle. And he also has this down, forward, R2. Bro, there's so much stuff to learn. It's crazy. He has also a dive, down, forward, R1 off in the air. I like Fighter Z. But I like being more experimental with Sparking, bro. Sparking is just like, bro, Sparking is just ass on every level, bro. Literally on every level. The connection sucks. You know, character kits are boring. Game modes and metas are stale. Bro, everything about Sparking right now is ass. So there's nothing to prefer, bro. It's not a real game. It's not a real game right now. So it's basically a beta, bro. You're playing a beta of a game, and we've been playing a beta of a game for a whole year, bro. I'm kind of sick of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man, the skill ceiling is high. In what? In Sparking? It's not tanks. Fighter C skill ceiling is much higher. You can have a preference, but let's not cap because of our emotions are in it. Each character is actually unique. Sparking don't know nothing about character expression, bro. Bro, Sparking literally killed the character expression. Like, they reduce character expression over time with the patches and stuff, and it's like they don't want to fix it, bro. They don't want to fix it. Like, they just leave the game in a trash state. The player base is like basically gone. You can't even find a match. Bro, it's bad right now. The problem with Sparking is not that it underperforms compared to this game. The problem with Sparking is that it doesn't try to reach its full potential, bro. The devs don't give a fuck about making Sparking actually a good game, whereas these devs do. That's the difference, bro. It's not that I'm not comparing them because they're in different genres, bro. It's just like, okay, which dev team is putting in more effort to make the game good? Is it Arc Systems or Spike? And let's be honest, Spike is just like, they're just ass, bro. They're just ass. They're not good devs. And we've been going through it a whole year, bro. I'm sick of this shit. Sparking environments isn't all that complex. Sure, it's there, but it's not like it adds a whole lot, which is a bad thing. For Fighter Z, it uses all of its potential. Sparking doesn't. And that's the key. See, Voxery hit it right on the head, bro. Fighter Z uses all of its potential. Sparking Zero doesn't. Sparking Zero doesn't give a fuck about reaching its potential. And that's why I can't, like, bro, I can't support that type of shit. Yeah, but what I'm saying is Smash has its fundamentals. This game has its fundamentals. They're different genres. I'm not going to compare them. What you compare is the quality of the game in its genre, right? In its group. This game is high quality within the 2D fighter genre. Sparking Zero is like damn near not even a real game right now. It's like a beta, bro. And it's been going on for a year. Bro, they're different games, but you can compare the effort, bro. You can compare the effort. They're not even comparable. But what is comparable is, okay, is there bugs in the game? Is there exploits still in the game? Are the characters balanced? Sparking doesn't even attempt that. It doesn't attempt to balance the characters appropriately within their DP tiers. It doesn't even attempt to like give each character a unique expression. In fact, it kills character expression. It's even worse. Bro, Sparking's ass, bro. Sparking is ass. Trying to defend Sparking, I feel like you're fighting a losing battle, bro. You're fighting a losing battle, Tank. You can't defend Sparking, bro. Now, if you like the genre more, you're saying, okay, you like arena fighters more, you like playing with the physics, stuff like that, I understand. But like when you compare the quality of the games, bro, it's not even close. It's not even close. Sparking actually punishes you for trying to express yourself. That's the thing. Like, Sparking punishes you for expressing yourself. That's why when you start whooping somebody really bad in Sparking, they go in turtle key advantage so that they can reduce the game to super counter wars because they know they can't fuck with you in neutral, right? And they actually get rewarded for that. So Sparking, like, it doesn't even want you to express yourself with the movement. It actually punishes you because you're spending key. They made movement more expensive. So it just starts it. So now it's like people can just turtle with their key, bro. So, well, there's no argument to be had, bro. Sparking is just not that good a game, bro. I'm not talking about the flaws, though. He compared the skill ceiling. I believe Sparking has more flaws. I'm not defending that, but I like to see where Fighter Z has a high skill ceiling. My thing is, Sparking could potentially have a high skill ceiling if the devs were actually good, but they can't even patch the game properly. Last time they tried to add a defensive mechanic where you could light smash out of deflecting key blast, and it didn't work, bro. You can't do it. So they can't even fix the game properly. The devs are trash, and because the devs are trash, the game's always gonna be trash. That's what it is. That's the game flaws. Doesn't define how good you need to be to play as Hercule and be Gogeta. Bro, Tank. The game flaws limit the player expression is what he's saying, bro. The game flaws is what prevents you from expressing yourself in the game, bro. That's what he's trying to say, and he's right. He's 100% right. Like, the devs don't give you the tools to express yourself in the game. In Sparking, the only environmental hazards are charging slower in water, hiding behind buildings. 2 of these things can be avoided by choosing different maps or flying away. Or how about this? How about we talk about the fact that you can't even choose a map that has environmental factors without the game fucking going to shit? How about we talk about that? Like, why are we even talking about environmental factors when we can't even pick other maps without the game going to shit? So what's the point? What's the point of the environmental factors at that point? But you get punished for even picking a map that has water in it. You can't even play the game. Like, that shit sucks, bro. Sparking is trash. And I got 600 hours on Sparking, bro. I feel like I was coping for a whole year thinking they were gonna fix it or make it better. And they just like reduced it to a dull, broken game, bro. It's sad. It's sad. I get you lost points, but I'm trying to see where Fighter Z has more skill ceiling. Well, Tank, let's compare. Okay, if you were to play Sparking, and let's assume you got to the highest level of Sparking, what would the game look like? It would just be Super Counter Wars, bro. Like, at the highest level, you're just Super Counter Warring the whole time. That's as high as you get in the skill ceiling or Sparking. But in this game, you have more stuff to do, more ways to express yourself at the highest level. So in my opinion, this game has a higher skill ceiling because it doesn't get reduced to one mechanic, whereas Sparking does. You know, Sparking gets reduced to one mechanic, and it's a boring ass mechanic to watch and play. So in my opinion, this game just has a higher skill ceiling. That's why it's in tournaments. That's why you see it at EVO and you don't see Sparking at EVO, because if you were to take Sparking at EVO, all you're gonna see is people super counter warring the whole match and winning in Vanish Wars, and that's fucking trash, bro. That's trash, and I don't see them changing that because the devs are fucking. They don't care about changing it, bro. They're bad. They're terrible, bro. Terrible devs, bro. They can't even add a mechanic properly, bro. Can't even balance their game properly. Last patch, they were like, oh, you know what we should do? We should buff the best character in the game. We should give him stronger Ki Blast, even though we nerfed everyone else's Ki Blast. So now he's the one person that everyone's picking, Gogeta Blue, is just like running rampant in the game. Like, bro, they don't learn their lesson, bro. They don't know. They don't know how to balance the game, bro. They're trash. I agree, super counters is king, but that comes down to baiting your opponent out. But you can't bait shit, bro. If you try to get too fancy with the baits, you end up with key disadvantage. You get punished for feints in Sparking, bro. You get punished for feints. You get punished for good movement and smart neutral play. You get punished because the guy who's just turtling there doing nothing can just press up and square, and all of a sudden all your movement options and shit that you use to get the neutral win get discounted. You spent like, I don't know how much key and effort and movement options trying to open an opponent up, and they could just press up and square and reduce the game to just that. That's trash. And to anybody from the competitive scene in Sparking still spamming Gogeta Blue trying to get leaderboards against the 10 people that are still playing that game, you're fucking delusional. You're fucking delusional. It's insane, bro. You're like, Christian, why are you getting so mad, bro? I spent a whole year making bro. I got like 200 fucking videos trying to get people to fix that stupid game because I wanted to be good. And the devs just don't give a fuck, bro. That's why I get mad. It's not even the player base that I get mad at. It's the fucking dev. Baiting and sparking punishes you no matter how good you are. Exactly. Exactly. Box, exactly, bro. You know what happens when I go on ranked and I try to get too fancy with the movement and I start whooping people's ass? They just start backing up on me. They start backing up, pressing guard, and holding their key advantage. And then, of course, I still want to play the game in a fun way. So I'm trying to be offensive. I'm trying to move around. I'm trying to do cool stuff. But they just want a super counter war with me, bro. Because they know they'll beat me on a super counter war because I'm moving too much. So now we're just stalling the match out. And that's not even adding the connection issues. That's not even that. It's just the fundamentals of the game are flawed. Even at that level, bro. The game is flawed at every level. At every level. Bro, it's too much shit to fix. I don't see sparking. Bro, I don't care how much they update the game, bro. They'd have to change the whole game at this point. Damn, what did I come into? I just tuned back in. Nothing, bro. We're just having a passionate discussion about sparking, bro. Everything's good. Everything's good. This is a friendly conversation. I just get passionate about it because, bro, I've made literally 200 videos talking about sparking, bro. 200 videos. I want the game to be better, bro, but it seems impossible. It seems like the devs just lack brain cells, bro. Like, they do dumb shit constantly, bro. I get tired of that shit. Like, how many more videos I need to make for the devs just to, like, nerf something into the ground that doesn't need to be nerfed, or like fuck the netcode up patch to patch. It's too much, bro. I sound like someone that's never touched a 2D fighter because I can find more creative ways to play sparking than fighters. But I respect that, Tank. I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I like sparking more than this game in terms of like what it could be, like 3D fighters. I like movement in games. I like stuff like that. So yes, I like that genre more than this game. But sparking is just failing on too many levels, bro. Too many levels. Like, it's not even a good casual game, because you could say like, oh well, you know, the competitive aspect doesn't have to be good because it's a casual game. But bro, it's terrible as a casual game. It's horrendous as a casual game. There's no game modes to be casual in. There's no co-op. There's no PvE modes. There's nothing casual about it. It's a fighting game. It's just a trash one. That's what we have. It's a trash competitive game, bro. That's what it is. He likes the movement aspect of the game, like moving in 3D space. I like that too. That's why I haven't dropped sparking, or at least until this point. It's because you don't find many games where you can express yourself with movement like that, you know? In fact, I made a video on that. Like, Sparking Zero kind of got me by the balls because you can't find games like that. It's not common, you know what I mean? Obviously, in this game, you're more restricted. You're in 2D space. You can't move around, like, you're stuck in a 2D plane. That's what he means. Whereas in Sparking, you can move in a 3D plane, up, down, left, right, behind the opponent. That type of stuff. Even guarding, you can only guard one way by moving backwards here. You could guard multiple ways in Sparking. Sparking is an open sandbox where most players don't know the mechanics or how to fully utilize them to the fullest. Think about why that is though. Why does the player base not know how to express the mechanics fully? Is because the game gets reduced to super counter wars anyways. It's not a requirement for you to use all the mechanics in Sparking Zero. You just have to know how to super counter. That's it. And that's trash. That's trash, bro. That's trash. If Sparking had more to do, more people would be willing to understand the gameplay there. Exactly, bro. Exactly what I just said. If Sparking was a better game, then you would have to interact with all the mechanics. But because it's not, then you get away with not knowing how to move properly and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, you're just gonna get in a super counter war, bro. That's all it is. Up and square. Trash. It's cool to be able to have 3D space to use, but if the company doesn't care to use the 3D space as a whole, it doesn't matter. Facts, bro. Maps ain't even optimized. It's easier to learn than Sparking? Are you crazy? Tank, you're crazy, bro. You are, bro, you love Sparking Zero, bro. Hey, I respect you, but hey, There's no way that that's true. There's no way that's true. Fighter Z is easier to learn than sparking is a crazy take. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tank. You know I mess with you, bro, but that's a crazy take. Insane. That boy's on that sparking zero high. Facts, bro. Facts. Hey, man. We gotta keep it real around here, bro. That boy is on that sparking zero high. Are we comparing the games or not, Chris? I'm trying to have a real combo with your community. Everyone here has their own opinion. Now, you can ask me what I think, but Tank has his own opinions. You know what I mean? I think Fighter Z is harder to learn. As far as 2D fighters go, it's very accessible, which is why it was very successful. So that's a thing actually going for it, that it has good accessibility for a 2D fighter, which is why it got so much success. But comparing it to sparking in terms of ease of learning, like, well, not even close. Like, sparking way easier to learn than Fighter Z. You can pick up Fighter Z quicker than sparking. At a high level, sparking doesn't teach you how to vanish, explosive wave, super counter, but Fighter Z teaches you everything. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for Tank. Okay, if you were to give a random person Fighter Z, they could press buttons and get wins. So I think I see where Tank is coming from. And I'm going to play devil's advocate. I don't quite agree with him, but I'll play a little bit devil's advocate. If you play Fighter Z and you're a random person and I hand the controller to a random person, they can press square and triangle and auto combo their way to victories. Okay? If I give a random person sparking zero, they can't do the same thing. They damn near can't play the game. I'm going to be honest. I think I see where Tank is coming from. Like 2D fighters, especially this one, could be more accessible than sparking. I kind of see a world where that makes sense. Both games have auto combos, yes, but the auto combos in this game lead to supers and shit like that. The auto combos in sparking is just like 6 hits that you could kind of vanish really easy. You know, like the auto combos here are actually, you know, serviceable. I think sparking zero has a higher floor, not a higher ceiling at all. A higher floor. Higher floor. That could be true, bro. That actually could be true, bro. I kind of see where Tank is coming from. I'm not gonna lie. I'm unbiased, you know. Exactly. Yeah, I kind of see where Tank is coming from, bro. It might be easier to pick up this game than sparking. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just because Fighter Z teaches you the mechanics better doesn't mean Fighter Z is easier to learn. It teaches you how to do the mechanics, but actually executing them to success matters more. I think it's harder to get high level on Fighter Z, but Fighter Z is more accessible than sparking. Again, accessibility is a good thing. So if your game is easier to play, but harder to get to a high skill level, it means you have a higher quality game. So in my opinion, Fighter Z succeeds on being accessible and hard to play at a high level, you know? So it's both. Mash square 3 times, then wait, so much skill, much wow. Yes, you're absolutely right, Flappy. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think I'm right on that assessment. It's like Fighter Z, I could give the controller to my brother-in-law. He doesn't play video games. He can mash square and get Kamehamehas off and shit like that. And actually get victories, right? But if he wanted to play competitively, he would have no fucking shot. It would take him months and months and months. Maybe a year to even get good enough. You know what I mean? The thing is, you have to go out of your way to like find the stuff in Sparking Zero that's actually cool, right? Like it's not part of the game. Like most people don't interact with the cool stuff because they don't have to, right? That's facts. When you said, Christian, about players have to go out of their way. Facts. Yeah, you have to go out of your way to get the mechanics out of Sparking Zero, bro. If not, they just get reduced to like simple shit. Because the game allows you to play simple, bro. It's almost like if this game were rewarding you for just doing auto combos, like let's say auto combos did the same damage as you doing all your fancy combos. Or even worse, let's say the fancy combos did less damage than auto combos. Then everyone will be doing auto combos in this game. You know? And that's what Sparking does. It rewards you for stupid play. You know, that's what I don't like about it. That's why most players play the optimal route because they believe it's the most effective way to play. But that's why you always see players in Super Counter Wars because they don't know how to mix it up. Fighter Z Season 2 auto combos was the meta. Exactly, see? See? They made that mistake before. See, I didn't even play Season 2, but devs make that mistake. It's like in the quest of making the game accessible, they'll reward stupid play, right? And then they wonder why the game gets boring and why people leave the game is because you made the game so dumb that people don't want to play it. And that's where Sparking is right now. It's just dull. It's a dull game. It's like flowchart gameplay from everyone, bro. Even at high levels. There has been times in Dragon Ball games where the director gets swapped around and we see a massive change in content. It happened in Xenoverse. We can only hope it happens in Sparking, bro. I can only hope. I don't know who the director for Sparking Zero is, bro. But man, hopefully he never works on a fucking Dragon Ball game ever again. I don't want them to change Sparking much. Just buff abilities more, give us more unique stuff. I can't take more nerfs. Facts. I mean, you already know my stance on that, bro. I'm with you 100% on that. No more fucking nerfs, please. Jesus Christ. The game's already boring enough. Man, why can't Sparking just be a good game? Facts. Digimon got the premium treatment. Facts. I don't know. The people at Digimon got it figured out. And the Sonic team, too. Why they do Sparking like this? What did Tenkaichi do to them? I don't know, bro. Devs were rushed. Ain't even fixed Jiren's animation. Yeah, dude, that transformation was a bad omen. Bro, just off the transformation alone, we should have not bought the game. They saw it as a cash grab. They knew what they were doing. Touching a game series that's nostalgic to so many people is so fucked up, so cruel. Not gonna lie, this shit means something to me, man. Facts, me too, bro. Why do you think I have 200 fucking videos on the same topic, bro? It actually meant something to me. They put effort into the game, but dropped it halfway through. I think into the visuals. They definitely... Bro, Spike is very smart, bro. They sell cutscenes, guys. They're cutscene... they're movie producers, bro. They're not game devs. They're movie producers. They're really good at the cutscenes, but when it comes to the mechanics, they half-assed. So they know what they're doing, bro. That's why the trailers are just cutscenes, guys. They're not actual game mechanics, because they know the game doesn't stand up by itself. Like, you need the pretty visuals to make Sparking like sellable. Well, they're movie directors, bro. They're movie directors. They're not game devs. Movie directors.